The Kikuyu tribe, largest of Kenya's 5 native groups, farmed over 10,000 square miles of rich farming and cattle grazing country. Primarily an agricultural people, the Kikuyus depended entirely on the land for their material and spiritual needs. The earth was considered sacred, and so property ownership was carefully defined. Originally, some of their land was virgin soil, homesteaded by the earliest natives, while other sections were purchased from the Wanderobo tribe living to the south. Eventually, every inch of the 16,000 square miles of highlands around sacred Mount Kenya was claimed by the Kikuyus for their own. This land, according to native customs, was private property to be passed down from one generation to another through the male descendants. Among the Kikuyus, where a man can marry as many wives as he can afford, ownership gradually assumed clan or tribal proportions, since there were many descendants. But such ownership was always considered to be held in trust for the spirit of the original owner. Thus, life for a Kikuyu was nurtured by the sacred earth he lived on. It was simple and satisfying, based on loyalty first to the family unit, then the tribe or one's relatives, and finally to one's particular age group. Then suddenly, at the turn of the century, the Kikuyu population was cut in half by a series of droughts and epidemics. Then, a bare 50 years ago, the first British settlers arrived and explored land they thought belonged to no one. They soon settled down to farm and raise cattle. To clear title to the land, they negotiated with the Kikuyus. Here arose the misunderstanding that has plagued both Kikuyu and settler to this day. Neither side spoke the other's language. And in reverting to Kiswahili, the pidgin language of the early traders, the white men sealed bargains they considered as final. But to the Kikuyu, the land was private property that could never be sold, only temporarily shared.